Okay guys, thank you for finding my channel. I'm going to show you in 10-minute sections how to put this scene together. So let's get stuck in. Okay guys, welcome back. Dr. H here with another 10-minute Unity tutorial. As you can see, my scene has come on a little bit from last time. All I've done is I've added a nice cobblestone material to the floor. Downloaded this texture here. I've tidied up these stairways a little bit and put these guards on so it's slightly harder to fall off now. And if we scroll up to the top, you can see I've added a roof, and I've just, all that is it's just a cube that I've flattened out, and I've put the same cobblestone texture on it for now. And also I've grouped my building so that everything is contained in one master copy here called building. The main reason I've done that is so I can make more of them and duplicate this into an entire street, which I'm going to do right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate my building. I'm going to pull it out of itself. Now if I leave these two buildings side by side like this, to the casual observer it kind of looks like they're the same building. It's difficult to tell them apart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it round. So if I switch to rotation mode and I hold command and rotate it through 15 degrees at a time. Now you'll notice when I rotate it, it's rotating around the center point. If I want to change that, I can click on this to make pivot, and now it will rotate around a pivot point like that. That can be really useful for rotating things like doors. But right now I'm going to put that back on center because I want it central. I'm now going to bring my two buildings down here. I'm going to duplicate both of them again, and I'm going to pull them out this way so I've got the start of a city block. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make these buildings look different from one another. And the way you can do that is by adding things to the buildings like posters and so on and so forth. So I'm going to create a quick poster. In order to do that, I'm going to duplicate my doorway. I'm going to use my basic front door model over here to create a poster. If I duplicate that, bring it out and just pull it out of its parent child, so it's a thing by itself here, I'm going to call this poster. And now I'm going to make a few changes to this poster. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the doorknob. We don't need a doorknob on a poster. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that and bring it down to make a simple frame. Making sure everything is still contained within. I'm then going to shrink it down so it's kind of poster sized and it's going to fit on the wall. Don't ask me why it's in a wooden frame. It's just easier for now to keep things with slightly hidden edges. So that's going to be a poster of some sort. I'm going to shrink it down to that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to change the material that's on this one here. So this is going to be the actual poster itself. Poster texture. And I'm just going to create a quick new material. And I'm going to call this Missing Cat. And into my Missing Cat, I'm going to drag this albedo here. And then I'm going to drag my Missing Cat texture onto that there. Okay, as soon as we do that, we can see we've got a few orientation problems. Let's turn it round and then squish like so. Now we've got a missing cat. Where's the missing kitty? Why is the kitty missing? What's happened to the kitty? Is the kitty okay? Player's going to be asking all these questions. I want the player to start off right next to this poster. In fact, I want to start them off pretty much looking at it. So it's the first thing that they will see when they start the game. It's the first thing that will stand out. They'll go, oh, what's that over there? And they'll go and look. So, oh, it's a missing kitty, lost cat, missing cat reward. Okay. I can dot a few more of these around by duplicating them, but I'm not going to do that here and now. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my missing kitty poster here to make something a little bit bigger, a little bit scarier. And of course, I'm not going to put this in the same location. So I'm going to use the same basic materials here, except instead of a missing cat, I'm going to create a new material here, and this is missing person. In case you're wondering where I got my texture from, I didn't use a real missing person texture because that would be in terribly bad taste. I borrowed this from you may have seen the film it's been borrowed from. As you can see, the texture's backwards, but if I change the tiling from 1 to -1, that'll just turn it round for me, nice and that. And now I've got a missing person. Now I'm not going to put my missing person poster right next to my missing kitty. So this is going to be kitty poster. And I'm just hitting enter to access. This is going to be person poster. The missing person poster is going to be a little bit further down. So what do we know about players? Well, players tend to go and investigate the first thing they see. So let's think about the way the player is going to move. The player is going to come over here. They're going to look at this. They're going to look around. What are they going to see? I'm going to put the missing person poster under here, and I'm going to make it bigger. Move the missing person poster like so. Scale it up a little bit. Rotate it round. And put it on the wall so that the player will see it next. There we go. It's a missing person. Let's just make sure it's on the wall, in the wall. There we go. There we go. It's a missing person. Okay, so now we're going to take it one level further. So the player, let's think about what they're going to do. The player, they're going to see this lost cat. They're going to go over to the lost cat. Are they going to look around there? Maybe they're not. Maybe I need something to draw their attention that way. We'll add that on later. They're going to see this poster and go into the alleyway here. Then they're going to look down the poster. I think a good place for the other thing is going to be on this building here. So I'm going to put my final thing on that building down there. And again, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to take it down to where they want to be. And I'm going to rotate it around and put it on the wall before I retexture it. Now, this one, I've upped the ante even more. It's not just a missing person or a missing cat. This is a whole cluster of missing people. And this one is going to be landscape. So again, I'm just going to create a material. And this one's going to be missing people. And I'm going to drag this mock-up of missing people into there. And again, in case you're wondering where I got this from, this is a movie prop. This is not a real missing people poster. So we zoom into this, we can see this is a whole bunch of missing people. This is a movie mock-up that was made. So I'm going to create a couple of other things to add to the illusion of my growing town, my growing world here. The first thing I think I'm going to create is I'm going to create a simple trash can. A trash can is 3D object, cylinder. And if I bring the cylinder down here, go into the world, it doesn't need to be 1 meter tall because trash cans tend to be about half that. So I'm going to make it 0.5 and I'm going to shrink it down to about 0.8 like so. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to set it into the floor, going to duplicate it to make a lid, shrink that down like so, grow the lid a little bit. I realize this isn't perfect, but we can probably sell the illusion here with another quick duplication, rotate round through 90 degrees and then shrink it down so that that's the handle. And in all three cases, I'm going to use my metal material in order to sell the illusion of this trash can. Call that master one, trash, shift select those two, drag them up into trash, and now I can duplicate and put as many trash cans around as I want. So I'm definitely going to put this one here. So it's sticking out, draws the player along. What's going on? Is there anything interesting in this trash can? They move along here and they're definitely going to see that poster on the wall. Let's bring it out and away from the wall slightly. Now earlier on I said we had a problem down here. They were going to go over here. Were they going to see what was over in this direction? So let's make it a little bit more obvious for them. Let's give them something to investigate over here as well. I'm going to put the trash can here so that if they do go and investigate that poster first, there's something to bring them across to the trash can so that they might see over there. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put another trash can over there, except this one, I'm going to make it slightly interesting. This one, I'm going to turn it on its side like so. This one has fallen over. And of course, because it's fallen over, the lid will have come off as well. So let's just move that out there like that. Out there like that, and then take the lid off, and then take the lid off and flip the lid round through 90 degrees as well, so it's sitting on the floor roughly like that. Save the scene, go in and test it. Let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, trash can. What's that? It's a missing pet poster. Another trash can. Something weird. Let's go and investigate. Ooh, missing person. Where did I get this from, I wonder? What's this down here? More trash cans. What's this now? What's this? A whole bunch of missing people. What's going on in this town? You can very quickly see how I'm building up the idea of a world where something's gone horribly wrong for people. Thank you very much for tuning into this 10-minute Unity tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're going to take a look at lighting and how we can make this atmospherically lit with crazy nighttime streetlights. Thanks again for listening.